Hi, welcome back to the 5 minutes Hugo tutorial. This is the third part in the series, and today we'll be discussing about the architecture of joinonline.in. That is my personal website, and this is a site I'm converting into the Hugo from Angular, and entire series is around this conversion. So what you are seeing is the joinonline.in website. It is an Angular website. There is no server-side processing other than just getting the static files. It is hosted in GitHub. The domain has been configured to work with the GitHub pages. Let me tell you what is the visualization model I am using for these diagrams. This is something called the C4 model for visualizing software architecture. This is mainly based on 4 C's. That is why they call C4: context, containers, components, and code. This is mainly a zoom in, zoom out kind of a method. This is an example of a banking system drawn in this C4 visualization model. Better you can just have a look here to understand the diagram what I have done for joinonline.in. This is the diagram for my website. An internet user comes in, he opens the browser, then he gets the site. There is no authentication required for public personal website. The website will be giving the JavaScript, CSS, and whatever required for rendering a static website. Once the website is rendered, it is interacting with different external systems: Blogger, Stack Overflow, GitHub, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. So you can see a system boundary here. So this system mainly consists of browser and the website which is hosted in the GitHub. Basically 2 containers. For example, if I go here, I have a blogs page. This data I am pulling from blogger.com. So that is why I have to use Blogger in the diagram. So similarly, each and every small pieces we have to mention in the diagram because these are all needed for the proper working of the system. And system here is my personal website, joinonline.in. But this is not the case when we talk about Jamstack. There we are not expected to make these many Ajax calls from the client side. All these data should be available with the website. Let us see how it is done, or it can be done because it is not yet completed. I have only the high level diagram, so I am still working towards the completion of my website. Here we are seeing the proposed architecture. It is little bit complicated than what we saw for a current architecture. Let us start from the internet user. The internet user comes to the web browser. Web browser make a call to the joinonline website. It is still hosted in GitHub. The difference is the browser will not make a call to APIs. You can see there are a lot of lines going from browser, but that is all navigate lines. But if you look at the Blogger, I still will be having the recent blogs in my website. When the web browser gets a blogs page, that HTML will be already having the list of blogs and the blog entries, recent blog entries. Let's see how that works. Now we need to look at the other side of the system where the developer is working. Developer here is myself. As soon as I check in the source code, GitHub actions will kick in. This is the continuous integration, continuous delivery service. Some people refer to DevOps, and these actions will compile the Hugo site. During the compilation of Hugo site, it will make API calls. You can see one line, so going to Blogger. So when I compile, I get all the data. That data is put into the website, and that website is pushed into same place, the GitHub pages. So once this static page is compiled from the Hugo code, it's a simple static website. It doesn't know whether it is hand coded or it is compiled from Hugo. You can see one box here, YouTube proxy API. So this is an proxy to hide the YouTube API details. YouTube API is changing. Currently they are in V3, V1, V2 and V3. They are not compatible. In case YouTube V4 API comes, which is totally different, I just need to change my YouTube proxy API. One more reason for making this intermediate YouTube proxy API is the lack of capability in the Hugo. If the authentication details are in the URL, Hugo can make. So if we have this proxy API, then we can have that header-based authentication or OAuth authentication in the proxy itself. And Hugo can call the proxy directly without any authentication details. This will be a Node.js application, will be hosted in Heroku, not on the Firebase. This is something I have to change from Firebase to Heroku. Now the $1,000,000 question. So I am talking about compilation of the website and getting the dynamic content when I am compiling my source code. Once I get a working website, that's it. I don't need to work on the source code every day. So the question is how I get the details about latest blog post and YouTube videos. If you take an example, on Monday I completed my website, then I compiled. So at the time of compilation I had 2 videos, and those 2 videos are part of the HTML. Remember, there is no API call when I am showing the website in the browser. On Wednesday I published 2 more YouTube videos. How do this website knows about the latest videos? Because when I compiled the website on Monday, it was not there. So we need to tell the system to recompile whenever I am changing my source. For that, I am relying on something called Zapier. So it doesn't need to be Zapier. It can be any platform which is monitoring the blogger or YouTube and create an issue on the GitHub source code. Whenever the system create an issue on the GitHub source code, I can start the CI/CD pipeline. The moment the CI/CD pipeline starts, it will compile the Hugo source code. At the time of compilation, it will make API calls. Then it will get all the latest data from the sources. That's the tricky part in the solution. I just extracted the CI/CD part from the main diagram. So here it is Zapier. As I told, it can be any platform. Even we can write our own code for monitoring our data sources. Notify the source code. The moment the source code changes, CI/CD pipeline will again kick in. When the CI/CD pipeline starts, it will get the source code, recompile. During the recompilation, it will make the API calls to all these data sources, then embed into the application, and the static site is generated. I'll be including one dedicated session for setting up the CI/CD pipeline for this Hugo based website. Hope this gives an idea about how I am planning to convert my AngularJS website into Jamstack Hugo based website. The advantage here is at the runtime, the site doesn't depend upon any of the data providers. That being said, whenever Zapier creates an issue, it has to recompile the source code. That's a big difference. Normally we compile any application when developer changes something. But in this scenario, the recompilation happens even in the production. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please subscribe and enable the bell button for notifications.